How we doing? How we doing? How's everybody doing tonight? See here. Okay. Boom. Oh, let me see here. Put that up more. There we go. This is live stream number 52, I believe. Live stream number 52. Let me see here. Let's put this in the chat. How's everybody doing this weekend? Let's see here. So I have, if anybody's wanting to upgrade their Purge line, I have 2 of them left. So I got one that sold for the pre-orders. If anyone wants a pre-order, I do have some. I'm waiting on parts right now for the next batch. Oh shit, I just deleted it. There's 7 upgraded. But yeah, anyone that comes in here, if you can, I greatly appreciate if you drop a like on the stream. It'll help with the algorithm, of course. That's greatly appreciated. 7 upgraded Purge lines left for the... What the hell? For the May group buy. Pre-order. I do have some upgraded fuel lines left as well for the high pressure fuel pump. It's for the OEM one. It does work also with the XDI one, but it's mainly for the OEM high pressure fuel pump. It's the feed line from the hard line to the pump. Millimeter Whiteblurrst. ST. Also, if anybody needs to get anything at cvfab.com, you can use my code BB5 and that will give you a discount. And, you know, the thing is you might be able to get a better discount somewhere else, but everyone else is just trying to make money. And honestly, they don't really care about Focus ST platform like I do. And I've been affiliated with CV Fab before, like Graveyard and all these guys. So, you know, obviously it would be supporting me, but you're also going directly through CV Fab instead of supporting a third party seller. So, you know, you're basically supporting someone that's been a diehard Focus ST guy for a while. What the hell? Okay, mute that. Email me at Whiteblurrst. Okay. Boom. How are you doing, Hyper? What do you think of the BNR 71 versus Garrett 2867? That's a good question. I'm leaning towards BNR in terms of cost. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get a BNR kit, get it through Elliott Specialized Performance. They're pretty cheap. If you look up Elliott Specialized Performance on Google, I think his kits for the BNRs are like $1,300-$1,400 if you want to go that route. I don't really blame you. I mean, the Garrett 2867 Gen 2 is going to be a better setup overall, I feel like, and it probably could last longer. It just depends, really. I don't know if go check out that video I did. It's a long video, and if you go check it out, I set up a BNR 71, and I don't know. I mean, take it how you will, but personally, after setting it up, I mean, yeah, they're a nice cheap turbo, but honestly, I mean, if you really want to get honest, if you want to go the cheap route like that, you might as well go fucking with Boost Ninjas and spend like what is it, $1,200-$1,300, $1,400 for an externally wastegated setup. Get a G Series eBay. Basically, it's an eBay turbo. I tell people if anyone that wants to buy a Pulsar turbo, you might as well just get the Boost Ninjas one because I've seen those last longer than the Pulsars. And I've seen there's people out there with the Boost Ninja kits that have 30, 40,000 miles on them, and they beat the crap out of them. So, I mean, personally, I think it's worth just doing that. I don't know what horsepower you're looking for, probably 400, 500. Obviously, whatever you have for a goal now, if you're the stock engine, you want to have some more headroom. So, are they good? Yeah, it just depends on what size you go with. I mean, personally, if I were you, I would go with the G30 660. That's going to be kind of comparable in power. Actually, I think it'll make more power than the BNR 71, but the G30 660 will spool good, and it'll give you a good headroom power range. Now, if you're looking to build your engine and you want to make past 500, I would say G30 770. That way there you have headroom, and it'll still spool good. Personally, I like it better than G30 660, but I want 400 wheel horsepower realistically. I mean, you could do 400 horsepower with a 25 series 550, but you're going to be with higher boost levels. You know what I mean? If you don't put cams in it, you know, because cams lowers the threshold for boost. You'll make more power with less boost with the cams. Obviously, you must be stock engine right now. I wouldn't make that kind of power until I was built. Obviously, you don't want to. I would not go past 380 torque on stock internals because you're gonna blow a rod right through the block. You know, it's just the way it is. It will happen. You know. Yeah. Are you doing a 2.0 build or a 2.3? See, I'm gonna pin that. Let me see here. Live chat. More likely 2.0. Yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If I were you, I would send your crankshaft to like, or whatever. It's up to you. If you're gonna reuse your crankshaft, send it out to like EMS or Speed Performance. Have them key it. I do like the EMS one better. How they key theirs, personally. But it's up to you. You know. But if you're wanting to buy a brand new crank, harmonic balancer, and then a crank gear all keyed, then it's cheaper to buy it through Speed Performance than it is EMS. I just found that out today actually for somebody else. But I found it cheaper for me to send my crankshaft out to EMS versus Speed Performance. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of counterintuitive, but they really upcharge it. Seems like EMS does, because like a 2.3 crank right now is like 280, 200, $300. Is it recommended to build? Well, I mean, nobody around here builds my engines either, but I mean, you can learn to do it, or it doesn't really matter. As long as you have if you find an engine shop that knows how to build engines that are, got good ratings, they're well known, they've been doing it for a while, you're fine. Don't worry about it. What I would recommend is have them build the bottom end, rotate the, balance and balance the rotating assembly is what I want to say. You know, if you're reusing your crankshaft, have it micro polished, balance everything, and then have them fucking do the clearances on the rings and file fit everything and the bearings and all that. And then you put the cylinder head on with your head studs with your new gasket, okay? And then just time the engine, put it together and time it. That's easy. I'm gonna make a brand new timing video when I do mine. That's gonna be I'm probably gonna do a long form version. Over there, it's just better for people. I do have a short 60-second one, but it's really good for 60 seconds, but it's really fast. You know what I mean? It's a lot of information really quickly. So that being said, that's what I would do. And that's what I'm honestly, like this 2.4 build. I sent it out to a machine shop that's never done an EcoBoost engine. Never done it. Don't need to, honestly. They know how to put rods and pistons. They know how to spec everything out. They can look that shit up if they need to. I gave them my Ford manual if they needed it. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. An engine is an engine. Really. But when it comes to timing it, that's where it's different. So, that kind of stuff is where it separates it from other cars. I asked engine builders around me, and one guy telling me that no, nobody design like that immediately. Really? That's crazy. Where the hell do you live? That's fucking. I wouldn't want to deal with someone like that. That's crazy. Nobody builds engines like that. Well, you probably scared them because you wanted them to do everything. Like you wanted them to time it, and yeah, they probably won't do that. You know what I mean? Gilbert, Arizona. Okay, so you're near Phoenix. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you'd have to look up. There's got to be somebody around. Some machine shop around you must do something with 4 cylinders. I mean, you know what I mean? All you have to do is buy, literally. I mean, if you go watch my built engine series, 2025 edition, start at stage 1 because that's like your base layer, starting off everything, and then go from there. You know what I mean? By the sounds of it, you're probably wanting between a stage 1 and stage 2 build. for you. You know what I mean, for your horsepower. So I would probably lean more towards stage 2 for your goals personally, just for more reliability. But you want to watch stage 1 because stage 1 has a lot of the stuff that would continue on for stage 2 that you might miss if you skipped stage 1 and go straight to stage 2. So like, you know, the Molly head gasket, which is OEM basically from Rock Auto, part numbers are supplied for everything. Horsepower ranges. It's a really good video series. And then I came out with something before that. You probably watched it. It's called the Best Mods for the Money and Reliability Series, 2025 edition. I had an older one in 2024, and then I came out with one that was more refined. It was kind of based around the Dark Knight ST, the black ST that I rebuilt last year. And I basically just did a series, and you know, I felt like the mods that I had put on that series was what I put in the black car, but also what I felt at this time or at that time was the best mods basically for the money and what could help longevity of the car and making it run top notch. You know what I mean? Because for me, it's about efficiency, saving money if you can. You're going to save money if you watch my videos anyway, because the thing is, you won't have to fucking buy twice for certain things. You know what I mean? Yeah, obviously a turbo is going to go bad eventually. You know, your engine might expire at some point. But the thing is, those are wear items. You know what I mean? But as far as like an intercooler, your downpipe, shit like that, you know, that shit will last basically forever. So, you know, you don't have to buy 100 different intercoolers like I did throughout fucking 14 years, basically. I will basically let you know, like, hey, buy this intercooler, which I recommend the CV Fab one because it's a perfect weight to efficiency ratio. It's high quality shit. I love it personally, but they're great. Let me so there is some good news though. So I have, by the looks of it, I'll have the engine ready to go. So from the machine shop, they'll be done with it next week. So the machine shop is going to be done with my engine next week, which means next weekend I'm going to be hammering it out. I got fucking gas, but don't mind me. But anyways, yeah, so I'm going to literally put it together, put it in the car. That's my plan. Put it in the car next weekend. As long as I get it by Thursday, Friday, I'm going to start putting that motherfucker together. You know, I'm going to take some videos, separate videos to basically, that's going to slow me down a little bit, you know, doing videos because I want to be more on top of it. I would take a video, or maybe I'll do live stream installing the engine in the car. I could do that, honestly. I wouldn't mind doing it because nobody else has done that. And there isn't really any videos out there of installing an engine in these cars. So that would be pretty interesting probably to do that. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I might do the video, but I might just make it for like members only or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. I think a lot of people would love to obviously watch, you know, the process because it isn't really that hard, you know. Yeah, it does suck. It's tedious, but it's not that bad. For me, the waiting process is more stressful than actually building the engine. So fucking chair won't go down anymore. Damn. But yeah, is everybody ready for the weekend or what? I might lower this. I don't know. I think I might lower it. Fuck it. Might lower it. That way I don't have to look up as much, you know. Out of curiosity, EA5 plentiful in your no. That's another good reason why I'm moving. I live in Vermont. We don't have E85. I literally have to drive 4 hours one way just to get E85. And I'm moving to Oklahoma. So I'm going to be moving near Oklahoma City. And yeah, I can't wait because there's plenty of E85 out there. I don't know. Do you guys have E85? You should, right? I know you guys only have 91, but that's okay. If you have E85, you can add like 2.5, 3 gallons to a full tank of 91 and bring it up to like 94 octane, and you can run a fucking 93 tune. You know what I mean? Barely. What gas stations do you guys have out there? Like, what's the brands? Do you have Sunoco, or what do you guys normally? What's the go-to gas station out that way? I've been to Phoenix once, but I didn't really get the chance to like check everything out, or the area. You know what I mean? It's like Chevron Cobblestone apparently has. No, that's good. What's nice about out there is you don't get like the harsh winters like we do. So I think Vermont doesn't have E85 honestly because of the winters, and it's just not as popular here. But for you guys, it should be pretty close to E85 or E80. E80 is fine. E75 is fine. Just make sure you test it or whatever. Normally, when I would go get mine, I had to drive to New York, Albany, New York. Basically, it's 4 hours one way, and I would have to get 40 gallons minimum at a time just so it's worth the trip. And 40 gallons would last probably half a summer. Excuse me. But half the summer, because what I would do is I'd fill it up and then I would do 2 E85 tanks, and then I'd do a tank of 93 to flush everything out. And then I'd go back to E85, kind of rotate it like that. So that's what I would do. But yeah, right now I'm trying to figure out, well, there's honestly 2 problems right now for my setup. The 4-port cylinder head, the EcoBoost cylinder head, doesn't have a fucking cylinder head temperature sensor location that I can see. Like, the one that's on the back there, the cylinder head temperature sensor that threads in right above where the manifold bolts on. So that cylinder head doesn't have one, but apparently I can thread it in on the side somewhere. I don't know. So I'm trying to figure that out. And then I'm also trying to figure out the intake air temperature sensor, because I don't have an intake. I have literally, this is my turbo. So I can't really put an intake on it because of where it's located on the side. It's a Sidewinder. I built a Sidewinder for it, and I can't put the sensor in there. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do about that. But yeah. Yeah, I can see why people do meth injection. Yeah, I've done water meth. I like it. Water methanol is really great. Can't make as much. Well, I mean, you can make some power with it if you do it right, I guess. I mean, you would really have to do, like, if you're trying to make power with it, actual power, then you're going to want to do like a port injection style pro meth setup or something with some big injectors and shit like that. And you want to have some sort of fail safe or something. Something crazy. How you doing, Yeti? Here in North Dakota, we got 91, 2 gas stations 5 minutes away, has E85. We got Simonson's, Marathon, Casey's. Yeah, there's a Casey's. So Casey's has E85 and where I'm going to be going in Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City. So Casey's by the sprint track has fuel. I think that's badass too. Hell yeah. See, that would be the way to go. If race gas, like 110 race gas, was cheap, I'd honestly prefer to run race gas, to be honest with you. Like E85 is nice because it's cheap, you know what I mean? But race gas is better because you can make more power without maxing out the pump as quick. Like you can run fucking race gas to the OEM pump, high pressure fuel pump, and probably make like 400 wheel with it, or 410 or some shit, you know what I mean? With the stock high pressure fuel pump, because it can just make more power without maxing it out as quickly, basically. But water methanol is nice too. Shit. God damn. Yawning. I woke up 7:30 this morning. So I've been going to bed early and waking up early. So is it better to run just straight E85? Yeah, that's what I do. So this is what I do, and this is what I plan on doing for this next setup as well, because I did this with my 2.3 stroker setup until my fucking, I don't know if you knew the story or not, but my ARP crank bolt loosened up on me. I was making 560 at the wheels, and the crank bolt I reused multiple times, and the fucking thing just loosened up on me, and so I had to, the harmonic balancer that was keyed fucked that up. So I had to replace that. Flywheels got all screwed up, which is fine. The clutch was screwed up anyway, as far as I had to replace it as getting worn out. But yeah, so this is why we're going through with this. But this engine here is my OG engine, so from 2012. It's still good. I'm gonna end up building it at some point. Probably, honestly, I'm probably gonna build it back to a 2.0. I'm gonna put my original crankshaft in there, get it micro polished, OG build. You know what I mean? Put a 2.0 build in there. Put the RS cylinder head put an RS cylinder head on there, with some 2.3 pistons, some Cali's H-beam rods in there, ARP 625s. Get some head work done. Better valves on the RS head, because I got my 71.63 to fall back on for that setup, because I have that whole deal there. But if anybody wants, speaking of which, hey, Hyper, I mean, listen, if you want a precision turbo setup, I got a downpipe, a dump tube, and a manifold, I'm actually selling pretty cheap. But you got to buy the turbo. So you'd have to buy a precision style turbo. But if you want to fucking, I don't know, I mean, it's up to you. But this is, I am selling, they don't make these anymore. This is Speed Performance Precision Turbo Kit. So, well, the downpipe, dump tube for the wastegate, and then the manifold. Okay, so you put your wastegate right here, you put your turbo right here, and then you got your downpipe. It goes like this, right? I'm selling this right here. I mean, I'd let it go for $550. I had it listed for $600, but I'd let it go for $550 shipped. I mean, if somebody tonight wanted to buy it, I'd let it go. You know what I mean? But I really didn't want to sell it because I wanted to kind of have a blueprint for a normal setup. But really, after doing my custom Sidewinder, this is a fucking cakewalk. You know what I mean? So I'm not really worried about making that setup because the Sidewinder was way harder. Is it better to run just, yeah, okay. That's an old question. But yeah, so if anybody is interested in that, just let me know. I'm just trying to get rid of some parts that I don't need. That's why I'm selling some shit. Yeah. So I do have a brand new 4-inch filter as well. I'm probably gonna hold on to that though. It's a Ram Air or Pro Ram. I don't know, dry filter, but I was gonna put that on that turbo, but I don't think it's gonna fucking fit because the filter might hit the fucking intake manifold. What flex fuel kit do you recommend? I've never ran a flex fuel kit. What I did, okay, so get back to the E85 thing. So what I did for the 2.3 stroker, and then what I'm doing with this setup as well is, and this is what I recommend for everyone else, okay? Make sure to drop a like on the stream. We're at 3 likes. We got 7 people watching. It'd be greatly appreciated. We'll actually notify other people, in the algorithm that we're live, and they'll come in here and they can hear what I have to say. Appreciate it, guys. So basically, I recommend you get a pump gas tune. Don't max it out on your high pressure fuel pump. So your stock pump, I run stock pump and injectors. I'll run 350 at the wheels for 93 octane. So if you're running 9-to-1, 330 is about the safe limit for that, probably 340. And then I run auxiliary fuel. So I'll run a 4-port aux kit. And so I have one from Stratified, essentially. And the only thing that's different, I'm actually making my own fuel lines. But other than that, it's pretty much, I got the controller from Stratified. And then I do have actually have an extra spare set of injectors as well, 90-pound injectors, if anybody wants any of those. But so what I do is for E85, I'll run E85 only through the 4-port aux fuel setup. That way there you don't have to switch back to, say, okay, for me it's not worth doing a 4-port aux and just running pump gas through it, because going from 350 at the wheels to 400, yeah, it seems like it might be a lot, but really, to me, it doesn't feel much different. It's like a very slight difference. Going from 400 to like 520, 550, honestly, it feels like double. It's insane. It's kind of crazy. So what I do pump gas, OEM fuel setup, and then I'll run E85 only through the aux fuel setup. That way there I'm not changing maps and shit on the fuel maps for that aux fuel controller. So I'll leave it, say if you ran a split second controller, I don't have to change maps all the time. I'll leave it for low boost E85 and then I'll have a high boost E85 tune. And generally you can run them both on the same fuel map. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I mean, that's what I do for testing the actual E85. I have a well, I can show you. So I have a tester right here. So this is what I do right here. So I got one of these Rev X testers from Amazon. They're really good. They work great. Made in the United States. So there's all your readings. Goes all the way up to E95, okay? So you got your water line, you fill up your water. So what I do to make this easy is I'll get a bottle of water and then I'll get an empty bottle, plastic bottle, and then I'll have my bottle of water, I'll fill it up to this line, and then my E85 pump, when I'm at the pump, I'll put some of that E85 in the other empty bottle, and because that way it's controlled better, I'll pour it into the container. You mix it up to the line. We'll fill it up to the line, mix it up, and then you let it rest for about 3-5 minutes, and then you should have your numbers. So generally, E75, E80 is pretty good, and then that's what you have. It's really easy. I mean, yeah, it might be a pain in the ass, but I'd rather deal with this than worrying about a sensor that's going to fail eventually, or Bluetooth nonsense, or these flex fuel kits that aren't that greatest for our platform right now. Personally, I just like doing this. This is very simple in my mind. I don't mind it. So that's how I do it. So, but if anybody is actually looking to run E85 and you have like a radium fuel rail, I have some 90-pound Bosch injectors that are equivalent to like 980 cc's, and they're brand new. So they're right here. These are a spare set, so they're brand new. Right here, Bosch injectors. I got these from Stratified, and they're just, I had a spare set. These are spares. So I really just don't need them. I have my other ones already have them. So I bought an extra set thinking I need them, and I didn't. So Scott Chipper, Scott's. Hey, how you doing, man? 6067. Hey, every time I see you're live, I always stop by, hit the thumbs up for you, and tune. You got a lot of passion with the car. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. How's you ready for the weekend or what? You all ready for the weekend? Stream elements. Okay. Boom. log back into my YouTube. Logged out accidentally. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have a whole lot planned for the weekend. I'm really excited for next weekend because I'm getting my my fucking engine's gonna finalize next week. I cannot wait. It's gonna be insane. Fully be here though. I want to take my motorcycle out. Or how much have you spent on your ST? How much have I spent on my ST? Oh, I don't know, probably 75,000. I don't fucking know. It's been quite a bit. Over the years, probably 75,000. Yeah. I bet it's pretty close. Yeah. A lot. Yeah. It's probably, I don't know, I don't know if it's really that high or not. But it's, maybe if you count the car's price, maybe. I've ever taken the time to write everything down. I did this a while ago. Yeah, well, I've never written down, like, I never itemized every single part because I don't have every receipt of everything I bought. That being said, I can basically tell you from start to finish what I've done to the car. You know what I mean? Hey, Michael, good. How you doing, buddy? Um, like I can tell you roughly, what I've done to the car. I might miss a couple things, but I'll get like 95, 98% of everything. You know what I mean? So, a little confused. You said aux fuel strictly. Well, that's what I do. I don't mean it's for E85 strictly. I'm just saying it's better to utilize the 4-port aux fuel for E85 because it just makes more sense that way because you're going to use it. It's going to clean your valves. E85 is better at cleaning valves and cleaning shit than normal gasoline. Like, does the tune shut off the DIs and vice versa? Or no. So what you have to do. So if you go to 93, say you ran an E85 and you're draining it out, get down to like 20 miles to empty. What I would do is I'd fill it with 93 or 91, whatever you got to do. 93. I'd run the E85 tune and I would reset my miles per gallon gauge and I'd look at my air fuel ratios. Once my air fuel ratio starts bouncing around, it takes about 10-15 minutes to everything actually cycle through. Believe it or not, it doesn't just happen like that. So once you start driving your car, I look at my miles per gallon as well, because once your miles per gallon, you're getting like 21, 22 on E85. You reset it, you get real-time accurate readings. It'll start climbing. And then when your air fuel ratio starts climbing and it starts bouncing around, then you got to switch your Cobb access port to the 93 map. And then, well, this doesn't really matter as much, but you can disconnect the power source. So what I do is I disconnect the power fuse out of the fuse box for the aux fuel controller or the ECU, whatever you want to fucking call it. Now you could probably make a arm switch or something for that. That would be pretty cool. I feel like an arm switch. I have one for my water meth setup, but I don't have it. It would be cool to have one for that, actually, for like the aux fuel, and then you can just switch it. But what I would do is I just pull the fuse out of the fuse box and just set it to the side, and then it's an add a fuse basically. So you just pull it right out. I think that the fuse number for the area is like F36 or something like that. It's either 36 or 46. I forgot. Something like that. Yeah. So I just don't want to see. What I do is run 93 on your normal setup, so you can just zip around town, get groceries, whatever you got to do. Have your normal high pressure, have your stock fuel system. That way there you can always go back to normal stock turbo shit if you have to eventually, or whatever you got to do. It's just better to fall back on that pump gas tune and then not have to worry about the aux fuel, because that's extra money as well. You're spending more money with aux fuel if you run pump gas through that as well. And then you got to switch tunes around on that. It's just stupid in my opinion. I did it with that. I'm like, it's not really worth going 350 to 400, maxing out for 93 on an aux fuel setup when you can just run E85 and just let the aux fuel be dedicated for E85 only. And then this makes more sense that way, I feel like. You know what I mean? Because that's where you're making your power anyway. You're making 400 plus, you want to run E85. It's just safer that way, But you have to switch map every time you want to switch fuels. You have to switch on the Cobb access port. So if you switch on the Cobb access port, that's automatic anyway. Or you can maybe get your tuner to switch it where you do your cruise control thing from 1 to 2 and 3 or whatever. You just have to remember it's usually better to do it manually on the Cobb access port, but that's all you would have to do, because you could always leave the E85 fuel map dedicated on that aux fuel controller and not have to worry about switching that to 93. You know what I'm saying? So you could just leave that at E85 all the time. And then if you run 93, yeah, you're switching it on your Cobb access port, but you don't have to switch it on the fucking fuel map controller, the controller itself for the aux fuel. You don't have to switch that. All you do is unplug it, because if you don't unplug it, you're going to be spraying fucking a bunch of fuel through your car that you don't want and you're not tuned for. So you got to unplug the ECU or have some sort of arm switch to shut it off or whatever. But I would normally just undo the fuse box in the engine area, add a fuse out, close it, and then put it to the side. That's all I did. And it would not go anywhere. So it's really easy. It sounds complicated maybe how I'm explaining it, but it's really not. So I plan on running aux fuel in my daily just to keep my valves clean and more efficient fuel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I love aux fuel just for the fact that, yeah, it keeps your valves clean. And it gives you more horsepower capabilities for the future instead of running a, upgraded high pressure fuel pump. Because honestly, it's more reliable just to stick with, ST injectors on the direct injectors, and then the high pressure fuel pump. It's just better to stick with the OEM. And then, yeah, if you're wanting to make over 400, okay, run a dedicated E85 fuel map on your aux fuel controller. And then if you want to make 500 horsepower plus, then all you have to do is just, you might have to get a new fuel map put on there, but it'll be made for higher horsepower. You know what I mean? Picked up some factory fuel. No shit, hell yeah. I do want to run an aux fuel setup and need to figure out the whole fuel stuff. It's not that hard. What's really horrible right now is split second controller has gone out of business. They were so easy to use, like this setup wise, and now I don't even know what the hell I'm going to be doing. Like, I mean, yeah, I do have the stratified controller, but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I need to figure out how I'm going to do all that crap and everything else. So I got to figure out that. I guess the software is like Tuner Studio or something. So yeah. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But that being said, there's some people out there that don't like split second controller. Personally, I never had a problem with mine. I sold it because I literally, when I sold mine, I sold my G35 900. You know, when that crank bolt situation loosened up, I said, fuck this. I'm done with this high horsepower stuff. I wanted to sell everything. I wanted to go back to stock turbo. That's how pissed off I was. And then I'm like, okay, I took the winter. I gathered my thoughts. I found that black Dark Knight ST is what I called it, the black ST. I found that for 3,200. I bought that for, and rebuilt that. You know, drove it a little bit, and sold that to somebody that is enjoying it now, and he's literally like the second person with a built engine in the state of Vermont. It's kind of crazy. So, because I was usually only the first one. Like, I'd always, like, no one else builds these cars in this fucking state. You know what I mean? Basically, was what it comes down to. And so it's pretty funny that he has the second one, and I built it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, appreciate you guys stopping in here tonight. And we have a brand new group buy that started up for the upgraded Purge lines. I have all the fittings and shit coming. They're coming next week. So I'll have those made next week. If anybody is interested in buying an upgraded Purge line, they're $260 shipped within the United States. Free shipping. So it's $260 with free shipping. Fast shipping. So usually it's 3 days. USPS, priority mail. And so we have one pre-order that took place. We have 7 more available. So if anybody needs one, this is the May group buy. You know, get in line because they sell quick. And yeah, so it's awesome. With that being said, also, I have a bunch of high pressure fuel lines still available. These are $110 shipped. So, and if you want a combo, you save another $20. So basically it's $350 for this and a Purge line. So you save even more money. So these longer ones here, you can actually use on the XDI pump as well. So somebody has done that. So these ones will work with the XDIs. It's pretty funny how that works out. And then, these are originally meant for OEM. So it works with OEM. You hook this 90-degree elbow on the pump, snaps right on, pull it right off, one hand. You don't have to worry about any special tool bullshit. And then you just snap this on the hard line. Okay. These ones here, you cannot use with the XDI because these are like 1 inch shorter. I don't think they'd work personally. So my latest version is these ones here. I think they should be fine as far as length goes. I believe the length of them is going to be fine. It's for the OEM pump only. So this will snap on the pump, and then that's going to go just like that. Okay. So these are my latest revision for these. And so that's that. This is just another version that I had looked at and made. I'm trying to kind of get away, do away from the AN fittings on this. That way there, people don't have to worry about tightening these up and over tightening them. Shit like that. I'd rather just have click, click, and that's it. You know what I mean? So, but this is just another version that I made, just something a little different. But this one here actually could probably work with an XDI pump as well. It could probably, yeah. I don't see why not. It's long enough. So, but those are E85 rated as well. They're good for E85. So yeah. Let me see here. So we got the engine being finalized next week. I'll have it in the car next weekend. Think about this, guys. I'm literally gonna have my fucking engine, dude. I'm gonna have my fucking engine installed in my car hopefully next weekend. That's fucking crazy. Got my hood vents installed. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome, Mark. How's your car running, by the way? How you running? What's your best time I've ran at the drag strip, Mark? What's your best time? Or do you run just like, do you it's gonna be fun running just like road course stuff too, I'm sure. Have you done much drag strip stuff, or what was your trap speed? 12.41, so probably like 116, 114 range, probably. 113, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I did a 12.8 in 2018 at 115 miles an hour. So I fucking spun first and second. I did it was a, what was it? A 2.3 60-foot time is what it was. And I made sure that I had my high performance oil filter. I put some of that fucking Pennzoil synthetic, and then I put 1/3 of fucking jet fuel in that motherfucker, and it scooted. Oh my god! Do you believe that guy? I'm sure you guys have seen that. That shit's literally from the original video. It was on my Facebook. He was actually talking about smoking a Focus ST. I couldn't believe it. This guy was literally the original video was this guy talking about his Chevy Spark beating a Focus ST. Is the original video, and it was a white, well, not white one, but there was a white one in the parking lot. But he was talking about beating one of them. He's like, I smoked one of them. I'm like, okay. And he was trying to keep up with the fucking Lamborghini. This is so hilarious. It's like I've ran into people like that, and it's just so funny, like listening to them and okay, yeah, and I've ran into people that ran, they say they've seen a Focus ST with twin turbos and shit like that. I'm like, okay. Did you see the Valvoline 500,000? No. Oh yeah. Hey, listen. Speaking of that, okay, I run Restore and Protect in my Yukon. I put some in the 4Runner. That shit's legit, by the way. That is literally, go to Walmart if you have a high mileage engine, or you pick up a high mileage Focus ST or anything that's high mileage. And what I consider high mileage is anything technically probably over 60,000 miles is what I consider high mileage. Put some Restore and Protect in it for, a couple oil changes. Do 2 or 3 oil changes. I'm telling you, it works. Because I fucking did my valve cover gasket on my Camry. I've done a couple Valvoline Restore and Protects on that. The fucking thing looks like it's brand new. No dye, you know how you open up some cars and you'll have the darkish amber look, and all that shit. The Camry has 180,000 miles on it, 170,000. I bought it with 147,000. Okay, and this fucking thing's clean. I couldn't believe it. It's better than anything I've ever seen. It cleans out. Now, that being said, I wouldn't run it full time. I wouldn't run it nonstop. I would put it in there 2 or 3 times, clean your engine out, okay, run 5,000 miles. So I'll run it a total of 15,000 miles. and then switch to, I highly recommend Pennzoil. If you don't want to run AMSOIL, which you can get 25% off if you go through me. I am an independent dealer. If you don't want to get AMSOIL, that's fine. Go to Walmart and get Pennzoil Ultra Platinum or even the Platinum. It's really good shit. It's better than Mobile One. The Valvoline Restore and Protect is the best for cleaning your engine out, loosening up any rings and this carbon buildup. It removes it. You gotta be careful too, because your oil filter is gonna clog up faster with that carbon buildup. That being said, another thing, my Camry was burning oil. Not a lot. I've noticed that like 3,000 miles is probably down almost a quart. I put Restore and Protect in it a couple times, and that doesn't burn oil anymore. So what happens is it has low tension oil or low tension compression rings in those Toyotas, and so what happens is they stick. They get sticky with build up and shit. Well, this fucking shit loosened it right up. Okay, listen. I just did this today, and I didn't know this came out. There's a Restore and Protect ATF fluid now. Valvoline. Now it's not for all of them. I'll show you the jug here in a second, but it's for Dexron 6. I'll have to go read it. I'll bring the bottle. You guys see that? It's at Walmart. It's fucking Restore and Protect ATF fluid. Valvoline. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what the hell? This came out of nowhere. Brand new. Here, hold on. I'll show you guys. fucking A. We got 5 people. Well, how many? There was a dog that got loose on our property, and I was trying to help him capture the dog. Anyway, so the Valvoline Restore and Protect. This is the ATF right here. It's brand new. I don't know how long it's been out, but I got it at Walmart. It says up to 97% deposit removal, which I don't generally don't have too much deposits in transmission fluid, because transmission fluid is like generally pretty clean. But that being said, it says high performance multi-vehicle protection. Now, it's only good for Dexron. Well, here, you can read it. See if you can read that. Can you guys read that or no? Back a little bit. Up, probably. Right there. That's what it's good for right there. So, Dexron 6, Dexron 2, 3, Mercon LV, and whatever the fuck that other one is. So, I don't know if they make that stuff for anything else though, or I'm sure they're gonna plan on doing it for other stuff, but are we able to use Restore and Protect Trans Fluid? No, definitely not. No, I wouldn't do it. It's a manual transmission. You don't need to do that. You know, just keep it changed every 20,000 miles. I do mine every spring now. Let's see. Happy for you. I like the grind, passion. Can't see the motor all done. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm fucking. Honestly, I'm more excited about this new setup than I ever have for any other setup previously. So, yeah. So, I mean, this engine here isn't. This is my OG engine, so this is not getting built. It's the spare block that got built. So, use Motul in yours, yeah. I used to use Motul in my transmission. I tried that out in 2015 when I went big turbo for the first time. I didn't have any good luck with it. I didn't have good luck with the OEM fluid either. Like, I don't know if it was just my driving style back in the early days of owning this car, but I went through a couple transmissions. Well, Ford replaced the transmissions under warranty. So what happened was I lost a couple second gears. First time, just second geared rolls and burnouts, and then drag racing doesn't help at all. So I had that transmission replaced in 2014 or 2013, and then just being stupid really. Then the second time, I was running Motul and fucking. I mean, I don't know if I can really blame it on Motul, but I feel like I kind of have to because it doesn't protect as good. Like it's OEM fluid really. So that being said, my second gear fucking literally went bad again. I didn't have any signs of wear. I went to the drag strip a couple times, but I didn't really beat on it as hard with second gear, rolling burnouts. But there was one time I went to do a burnout from a stop, and when I went to shift in second gear, the motherfucker didn't go into second gear, and it just grinded and fucking, so it literally ruined the gear halfway around, shredded the fucking thing. It wasn't the synchro as the gear. And so I had to wait. I waited until 2018 to build that engine. A Bentley engine, sorry. The transmission so the second gear got replaced. I had my buddy do it. Somebody that knew transmissions. He had a lift. I wasn't comfortable with doing the transmission at that time. And I still really can't do, anything crazy with the transmission now. Because I just don't have the experience with that stuff, and I don't have the right stuff to separate bearings and all that shit. But ever since we did the M Factory differential, the synchros, upgraded synchros, brand new shift fork, and just kind of refreshed, put a new second gear in. Ever since then, I haven't had, and also this is another side note. Ever since 2018, I've ran AMSOIL transmission fluid, whether it was just the dual clutch transmission fluid, or it was the fucking 7590 transmission fluid, which is actually what I tried out, and I really like it. And it gives you a little bit more thickness to protect everything. It has a little bit better shear resistance, and it just has extra protection, I feel like. And I love it. Ever since 2018, I haven't had a single transmission issue. Knock on wood. I haven't had one problem with a transmission ever since 2018. And I've ran higher horsepower numbers through that transmission in that car than I ever have previously. So there's no excuse. You know what I mean? I think the difference is I just don't beat on it as much in terms of second gear bullshit and all that. But I think the fluid does help, the quality of the fluid. Motul is good shit, but for our transmissions, I feel like it's not the top dog. You know what I mean? You can definitely run better, for sure. And then also eliminate your fucking short shift brackets. If you have a short shift bracket, get rid of that immediately, because you're going to end up ruining your transmission that way, your gears, or you're also going to ruin the bushings. I highly recommend upgrading the shift cable bushings on the ends and in the bracket itself on the transmission. I'm telling you, you got to do it. It's those wear out, and when they wear out, you get extra slop. Well, that will prematurely wear out your fucking transmission even more. So you got to do it. I have the Boomba ones. They're billet aluminum, very easy to deal with. But yeah, so ever since I've done all the solid bushings and everything, the fluid change, got rid of the short shift bracket, because the short shift bracket I had on there, also one time I shifted hard into fourth gear and it literally snapped the cable, because of the fucking, it was just how I shifted. It wasn't like abnormal. It was because of the short shift bracket that was on, the arm itself. So I got rid of that and haven't had that issue since. So, that extra tension that's put on there when you, shorten the throw is going to wear out your cable quicker, especially if you shift aggressively. And then if you don't upgrade the bushings, you're going to have more slop, which also allows it to wear out faster. So there's a lot of things that you got to understand. You got to really line up all your ducks in a row to make it work all together. Because if you miss one of those ducks, basically, everything's going to be thrown off weird. So it's always good just to do it all once. If you can, do it right the first time. But yeah, I appreciate that, Yeti. I appreciate Hyper, Mark Monson, sorry, I said that wrong. Appreciate all you guys for stopping in here tonight. Scott. We're going to have a hell of a stream. We're going to be live as long, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, it depends on how I feel. If I really want to just get it done and not fuck around too much, we'll see. I mean, I'd like to go live for installing the engine in the car, but that'll be the only live stream I do for the build in terms of that. I'm not live streaming anything else. That'll be it. So, But other than that, yeah. So let me see here. Oh shit. Oh, man. Do you have a previous video on all the bushings for the trans? I think I do. Let me look. Like a video. I don't have an install video. But do you think it's a good idea to run carbon hoods and fenders? I mean, if you want to do it, I have nothing against it. You know what I'm saying? But for me personally, I like to make sure that my car, before I spend money on aesthetic stuff, I like to make sure that my car is running the most optimal efficiency possible, where it's going to be the happiest, and I'll put all of my money into making sure the car runs perfect or close to perfect before I start getting extra shit for like other things. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Um, but you know, I have hood vents, the Varus hood vents in my hood. You know, um, but yeah, I mean, the fenders look good. The carbon hood. Like I would put a carbon hood on my car, but I feel like a black hood on my white car would kind of look cheesy. I just think it would be kind of too much. I would have to like fucking get it painted or something because I wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's why I haven't done. I've done the only thing I've really done that was expensive that was carbon fiber was the RS carbon fiber C-Bond wing. Um, yeah, so I shouldn't have gotten rid of mine. I had that in 2018 as well. I got that then. Fucking, it was like back then. It was like what, 800-900 bucks. Should have never sold it. Sold it to somebody. Actually, you know what's funny? I actually sold it to the guy that had a RS, that blue RS that made like 520 at the wheels with an NX2. He had a YouTube, the blue one. I sold it to that guy. Yeah, he was actually pretty popular back in the day. Um, he had a video about installing the 4-port aux fuel kit. He's one of the first ones with the video actually for Stratified. But yeah, so he bought that because he also had a carbon hatch as well that he put on it, which was pretty cool. So yeah, but he ended up buying that for I think it was like 1,100 shipped, something like that. Yeah, I think I sold that in 2020, 2021, something like that. Yeah, so I don't know. They are nice. I do like carbon fiber stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's nice. I think what would look good is the carbon fiber roof, but I feel like I would eliminate the integrity of the car some by going with something that I feel like is weaker. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't think the carbon fiber is going to be as structural, like the structure of it isn't going to be as good as what I have now. A carbon hood with a white edge fade. Yeah. Seen black fade to carbon, but not. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's different ways of doing it. Um, but yeah, let me look for the bushing thing for you here. Let me see here. What would that be under? Uh, oh shit. Bushing video. I don't have an install video for those. Um, I do have a torque. I do have a whole playlist for torque specs in sequences. That's a really good video series as well. But as far as bushings go, I don't know. Let me see here. I don't have. Let me see here. I have a bunch of, if you go to my how-to playlist on my Focus ST stuff here, I mean, there's a lot. I have 61 videos just in that playlist alone. I think it's one of my biggest playlists. It's very underrated. Like, I have how to install valve springs, how to set ring gap. That's when I did my 2.3 stuff. How to prime your EcoBoost engine, like the oil pump, ahead of time. How to time the engine. How to install 4-port aux fuel. How to install your clutch and flywheel. How to set valve lash inside your buckets. How to prime your oil system. That's another one, different one. How to set up for big turbo. I mean, there's a lot. How to prime oil. How to prime oil for big turbo. It's kind of a weird, I guess it is what it is, but how to change spark plugs. How to replace your clutch line. How to prime oil for big turbo. I have another one. I have two of them. What the fuck? Okay. So it's two different ones. I think I have one that's like different than the other, like two different versions. How to bleed your clutch, catch can upgrade, PCV system upgrade, basically. How to clean O2 sensors. That's my most popular video. That's got 105,000 views right now. It's insane. It's crazy. Oh, okay. So here's one. Well, I do have a shifter cable reset video. How to set up your wastegate for big turbo. How to set up your wastegate for, how to test your wastegate. Sorry. Sound composer delete. True vacuum source. How to change transmission fluid. I have two different videos for that. Drain and fill transmission fluid. There's two of those. Two different versions. How to set crank timing. The easy way. How to change your oil. That's pretty easy, but fuck it. I have a video on it. How to clean your throttle body. How to clean your intake manifold the easy way. How to install 4-port aux fuel. That's a short video. How to RS head swap on an ST the easy way. That's a long form video. It's got almost 11,000 views. How to DIY custom purge line. That was when I was starting to make them myself. DIY composer purge line. That's kind of more of showing how I did mine, the composer version, before I started making them. How to RS head swap an ST. That's the long form one. How to test your coolant, freeze temp and pH test. How to reset battery monitor. How to transfer maps, data logs. How to set up cob access port. How to flash maps onto a split-second controller. How to test the split-second controller. How to lower vibrations in drone sound deadening. AEM water meth install. How to install water methanol. That's a pretty decent one. Vacuum pump delete. That's a pretty popular video. So yeah. Battery relocation video. How to do that. How to make your own water methanol injection mixture, basically. How to repair threads, time certs, stuff like that. How to mod a Focus ST. How to compression test your Focus ST. How to test the EcoBoost cylinder head. or a cracked cylinder head, how to replace a fuel pressure sensor, how to install upgraded purge line. So how to upgrade basically how to install mine, how to install valve springs and keepers, upgraded intake install. That's the Theta one. How to clean your map sensor and map sensors, or map sensor. How to clean your map sensor and map sensors. How to install and set up a big turbo. That's the B&R big turbo video. How to delete your rear wiper blades. How to diagnose for a cracked cylinder head. Common issues for a Focus ST. That's got 28,000 views. That's pretty common. I should come up with some more common issue videos, honestly. That's pretty popular. So, oil life reset, how to do that. There's another how to valve lash and determine bucket size in the Focus ST. That's a very good video. Very helpful for a lot of people. Boost solenoid relocation for big turbo. That's a decent one. It's only got 600 views, unfortunately. So you guys should go check that video out and like it. Boost solenoid relocation for big turbo. Basically how to like relocate it. That's a very decent video. And then the new one coming up, how to set up Turbo Smart wastegate for a big turbo preparation video, basically. I do not have any videos on. I just went through all of my how-to videos, so I don't have nothing for under that playlist. I don't have it under there anyway. I don't think it'd be anywhere else, to be honest with you. I mean, best mods, no. I doubt it's under here. The only video, I guess the only series that would talk about the bushings is the best mods for your money and reliability 2025 edition, because I did do those mods on the Dark Knight ST. So from stage 1 to stage 3 plus, every stage that I do, I talk about the specific brand and everything like that. And I'm sorry for not getting to your guys' comments. If anybody's commented, I'm going to there right now. I was trying to find the video. Okay, so that's all right. Potential for future videos. I checklist when I get home. I think I might see 75% of them. What's the correct way to install an XDI high pressure fuel pump on an ST in specific order? Well, that's a good question. I've never done that. In terms of the XDI pump, I have never installed it, but I can probably tell you how it's done. That being said, so it comes with a spacer. So obviously you got to remove your old high pressure fuel pump, which is a pain in the ass because you got the OEM fuel line that requires, it's stupid how it disconnects. You need like a special tool to remove it. And what the hell? And basically, wait, what? I got mine today. Okay, so essentially remove your old high pressure fuel pump. The XDI pump comes with a fucking spacer, right? So you put your spacer on, put your pump on top of that, bolt it down, and then obviously just tighten it down. Hook up your fuel lines to that high pressure fuel pump. And I do have a upgraded fuel line that actually works with the XDI pump. It was meant for the OEM one, but there is one that actually does work with it as well. But you don't need it because it comes with a fuel line already. Yeah, to me, that's the way you'd want to, you know, install it. If there's anything different install wise, I doubt there is. I mean, it's pretty much, it's just a high pressure fuel pump. It's nothing crazy. Looks like you got a white ST. It's pretty nice looking. What was that? It's a facelift. Hell yeah. Welcome to the channel, STI 1009. Appreciate you being here. What did you get? The Evo pump? XDI Evo pump? Did you get the injectors too, or did you just get the Evo pump? I don't think that XDI pumps will work with my car, because the Nostrum pump, they said, won't work with pre-facelifts for some reason. Well, I know the reason. It's the fucking ECU. But I don't know if the XDI would work good either, because the ECU the tables for the fucking tuning on the pre-facelifts are different. I just got the high pressure fuel pump because I was gonna run with the four port. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, I mean, I would have, if we were to talk before, I would have probably saved you money and said, don't get the high pressure fuel pump, honestly, because you wouldn't need it. You can just run 4-port aux fuel and not need to upgrade your injectors for the direct injection side of things. I made 560 at the wheels with an OEM high pressure fuel pump and OEM fucking injectors, and I just ran 65-pound injectors for aux fuel with E85, straight E85, no mixture, nothing. You know, I don't do none of that nonsense. But you know, hey, listen, you know, I'm not gonna bash anybody's setup. People like to get the high pressure fuel pump, and then they'll get the 4-port fuel setup because they realize they can't actually make as much power with the high pressure fuel pump without having the extra fueling with the port injection. So it's just a learning curve for everyone. You know, I already know all this stuff, but it's okay. That's why I'm here. I do these live streams to help you guys out. You know, obviously I don't think I've ever talked to ST guy, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it's gonna be a badass setup either way. So, you know, hopefully everything goes smoothly for you. And another question, bro. When I open up the bag where the high pressure fuel pump came in, I don't know if it's grease. Do I clean it or? So you're talking about like the bottom, like where the spring part is. It's probably greasy. It's probably just to prevent it from rusting. Honestly, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, you could spray it with brake clean, but honestly, if you do that, I would re-oil it with some fucking like fresh motor oil or something. You know what I mean? Like dip it in some oil. You know, you could do that, sure, but you want to keep it lubricated. That way there, and then if you got, or you could get some, what would be better, more clingy, is go to like Advanced Auto or something like that and get some engine assembly lubrication and just put it on your bucket, on your, you know, your bucket for your fucking lifter bucket for the high pressure fuel pump. Put some on the top of there. That way there doesn't wear out your cam lobe when you dry start it. Because it's going to take a second to get oil in there. Put some assembly lube on that, and then put some on the spring if you want. Yeah. Yes, sir. The reason why I got it is because my tuner was telling me that my fuel trim was low, and I sent him a log, and he told me to upgrade to. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you don't need to do that unless you just go a 4-port fuel injection. You know what I mean? You could have just done that, but it's fine. It's okay. You know, I mean, it is what it is. Past 360 at the wheels, you need either a high pressure fuel pump setup upgrade, or you need aux fuel you know what I mean, additional fueling source. So yeah, you know what I mean. So but yeah, I mean, it sounds. What are you trying to make for power? What's your setup currently, ST guy? Other than the XDI pump, like what turbo, what mods do you have currently right now? I'm always curious on new people that come in here. So if anybody's new in here or whatever, if you want to just mention what you have for mods, I'm always down to see what everyone has for mods. You're always welcome, even if it's not an ST. It could be an RS. It could be an F-150 EcoBoost. It could be a freaking Honda Civic. I mean, it could be whatever. I don't really care. I mean, you know, everyone's welcome. So, that being said, this is a dedicated Focus ST, you know, channel with some Focus RS stuff as well. Do you run a stock low pressure pump when running? Yeah, I do, absolutely. It can handle it, no problem. But that being said, I do see that there's options now for, you know, there's going to be, and Stratified, by the way, is coming out with a plug and play DIY fucking low pressure fuel pump upgrade. That being said, hey, how you doing, Bradley Beck? Welcome back. That being said, I don't know if he's gonna if it's gonna be like a legit, you know, brand or not. But I see, who is it right now that has like a 535 pump right now? Is it Precision Raceworks or some shit like that? The fuel guys. Precision Raceworks or some shit. Whatever their name is, I forgot. But they have like a new thing out for us. At the moment, you're gonna laugh because I'm putting a ton of money on the car and it's my daily. I mean, I'm not gonna laugh. It's all good. I would say, listen, if you want to save some money though, I do highly recommend you fucking email me. Email me at whiteblurrst@gmail.com. It's in the pinned message at the top. If you go to like all messages, like your chat settings, go to live chat. I do highly recommend email me if you want to like really dial in what you should get, or message me on Facebook. My Facebook is Whiteblurrst as well. Excuse me. But yeah. So if anybody wants to add me on Facebook, you're more than welcome. It's Whiteblurrst. Full bolt-on built bottom end with a B&R 3076. Want to push either 450 safety. Hey, that's smart. Built engine, 450 to 500 is very reliable. 450 is even more reliable than 500, even with a built engine. And that's honestly, it's smart that you don't want to really push it, you know, too much, because it'll last longer if you do that, and you'll save money. You know, so that's awesome. So, but if anybody is interested, we have, so there was 8 pre-order upgraded fuel, eight purge lines available. They're upgraded purge lines that I make. There's 8 of them. One of them sold, so we have 7 left for a pre-order. So if anybody's interested in upgrading their purge line, I got stuff coming next week to make them. I'll ship them out next week, as long as I get everything next week for the fittings. I'll have them made. They'll be shipped out. So, you know, get your name on the pre-order list. And basically what you do is we use PayPal or Cash App, and I'll provide a tracking number. I'll write your name down. I'll need your address information. So if you're gonna wanna do that, fucking email me at my whiteblurrst@gmail.com or message me on Facebook. And you know what I mean, I'll hook you up. And I also provide a install video of how to install it, because I don't include instructions, because you really don't need fucking instructions. It's very easy to install it, but I do provide a video just to make sure you get everything proper. And then there's a video also to like how to, you know, take out the fuel filter to service it if you have to do that, which you will at some point, but it helps, you know what I mean? But these kits literally cost me $200 in parts. You know what I mean? I'm not really making a lot of money on them, and I really could care less if I do. I have to make a little bit of money, but I'm really just trying to help you guys save money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out there like these other guys trying to fucking, you know, bang them out left and right, and you know, and then you have a failure down the road, you know, in 6 months or some shit like that. You know, I haven't had, knock on wood, I haven't had one person come back with any failure on my purge lines yet. So far, really the only thing that could probably fail really is going to be the purge valve itself, which but the valves I have are legit purge valves. Like these right here are fucking $35 purge valves. These aren't your Amazon, eBay $10 purge valves that you find on the fucking, you know, Clayton kits. These are legit $35 fucking purge valves, or Hyundai genuine Bosch purge valves. This is the best you can get right here. These are an upgrade over the Ford ones. And also AN fittings, top of the line. All the fittings are NHRA approved, and the fuel hose is also NHRA approved. So it's top of the line. The fuel filter alone is $45. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but you know what I mean? That's the thing. Like I'm out here to help you guys. Like, and I love this platform so much. That's why I make the videos. I want to help as much people as I can. Like you guys, I want to help out as much. So, you know, by you guys sharing my videos, it reaches out to more people and helps more people out. Especially for like new people that buy these cars. They're not going to be as stressed out if they see my playlist for the best mods for the money and reliability. They're going to see that playlist. They're going to start out at stage 0 or stage 1, whatever you want to start out at, and you're going to build your car for each stage, and you're going to see what one I recommend, like which catch can I recommend, which valve cover breather I recommend, right down to the brand. You know what I mean? You know, which intercooler I recommend, shit like that. So it really helps, you know, and it really alleviates the stress. It helps save you guys money, you know, and it, you know, because I've spent a lot of money on my white car in 14 years of owning the thing, and you know, so I've tested a lot of shit out. You know what I mean? Bought the car with basically full CPs catalog except for motor mounts are stock, HKS sequential blow-off valve, lowered springs with a Bilstein shocks. How do you like your Bilstein shocks? Are they like the B8s or something? Because honestly, if I weren't going to do coilovers, I would do Bilstein shocks. Like if I were going to do it again, coilovers are nice. I have the ISC coilovers, but the fucking things ride so rough. Oh my God. It's crazy. I appreciate it, SD guy. Yeah, just shoot me an email. It's white blur. I can put it in there if you can't see it. My email. I'll just put it in here. My email is whiteblurrst@gmail.com. Whiteblurrst@gmail.com. contact me. I'll hook you up. Anyone else that wants a Purge line or whatever, have any questions or need any help with guidance or anything like that, trust me, I'm here to help you guys out. Fucking reach out to me. You ain't gonna find nobody else out there that's gonna be. I answer questions in fucking 1 o'clock in the morning if I'm up. You know what I mean? Like, I respond to every single comment on my YouTube channel. Like, there's nobody else out there that does that. Like, I'd like to have you guys find anyone else out there that actually responds to every single comment. I respond to every single comment. I haven't missed one. So, because I really care about you guys. I care about this platform. I care about you guys that have these cars. I want to help you guys out. We're all family here. Yeah, there's some negative bullshit that happens sometimes. You just stay away from the fucking bad people, and or some people are just brainwashed, into thinking things. But the truth comes out, and yeah. So in the end, I'll still be here, and I'll be loving this platform just like I did day one. So, hopefully you guys stick with it as well. And, hopefully you guys love your cars just as much as I love mine. So, Are you running the Shell Nitro? I have, yeah. Yeah. I run, I have had good luck with it. I've had good luck. Think something 14 there, good. Replace rear cross. They're good. Just replace rear because the age wear I pushed down. That's a little bit more bouncy. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I do run 93 Shell. Yeah, that's really the only decent gas that we have around here. I don't run mobile. I've had some bad luck with mobile gas before. So the Shell 93 is not bad around here. Sunoco is good too, but you don't get that 10 cents off per gallon. I'm platinum right now with the Shell, so I can get 10 cents off a gallon. But when I go to Oklahoma, I'm probably not going to be able to keep that status, but there's Casey's. I think there's I don't know what else is going to be really a good gas station. I might just have to get Casey's, but apparently there's not too many 93 stations down there, and there's some, but there's not a whole lot. There's mostly 91 in the area that I'm going to be at. There is 93, but it's scarce. So, but if there's E85, I'm not too worried about it, because I can just put some E85, bring the octane up from 91 to 94 octane, and call it a day. I'm good. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah. You're 10 cents off as well. No shit. Huh. I think I was gold and I was getting 5 cents off, so they must have changed it or something. 6.89. Yeah, I mean, here it's pretty bad. It's $4 for 87, and then for 93 it's like $5.10 a gallon. It's like another $1. It's insane. I remember back in the day, you used to be able to get 87, then 10 cents more, it'd be 89, then another 10 cents more, it'd be 93 or 91. What happened to those days? I don't understand. Like, why isn't it? I mean, I guess the prices of the additives probably gone up, because it is. I mean, 93 is higher quality. That's why you pay for more money. You pay more money because you're getting higher quality additives and just shit like that. It's like basically 87 is like your conventional motor oil versus 93 or 91 is your synthetic motor oil. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really the difference. Like, if you want to really go kind of explain it that way. That being said, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I think in Oklahoma, where I'm gonna be at, it's gonna be fucking. Their gas right now for 87 is like 320 a gallon, um, which means their 91 or 93 is like 410 a gallon. So it's literally the price of our 87. And then their E85 is like 230 a gallon or something. It's fucking, how cheap is E85 there in California right now? I should bring this up more is what I should do, but let me check. It's all good. Let me check my email just to see if anybody's emailed me. It's like 3 something. Yeah, that's not too bad. I had a Casey gas card and they gave me 10 cents off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to get something. I do have like the Loves app. So when we travel, I do have the Loves app for like Loves gas stations. You just scan it once you put in your shit in there for your payment. And then I think for Pilot, you can kind of do the same thing, but you gotta put the number in, like your phone number. Same thing with Shell, you gotta put your phone number in. Casey's, I never done Casey's. I'm gonna have to set something up because obviously I'm gonna be living down there. I'm really excited to go to Oklahoma. There's gonna be more, of you guys out there. Well, not you guys specifically, but more Focus ST and RS and EcoBoost guys that I'm gonna run into. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, so I'll get probably Casey's E85. I know the Come and Go E85 is actually really good stuff, but they got bought by Maverick. And I don't know, Maverick, I don't know if it's gonna be good quality or not. It might be the same fuel, honestly, but but E85 is just so cheap, it's crazy. So it's insane. 10 likes on the stream, hell yeah. That's awesome. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate the likes. Oh, by the way, I haven't really shared this yet, but I got a VCT lockout. So what that means literally is, so you know how you have your VVTs, VCTs, what Ford calls it. You got your gear for your timing chain. This is your intake one. How do you know that this is the intake one? It's got the 4 holes on it, or the 4 bolts that hold it. The exhaust one has 3. So the exhaust one is the one you lock out because it has all the moving parts and shit like that in there, I guess. So it's like adjusting a lot more or some shit. It's more able to fail, I guess, than the intake one. I wanted to tear this one apart and see how it looked inside comparable, but anyway, so I got this EMS lockout plate. When I got it, the fucking I wasn't really impressed, I'll be honest with you. Like, when I did an unboxing video, but I'm not going to post it because it's going to make EMS look bad in terms of this product here. This is fine. Like, this, it was the fucking, the 3D printed bullshit that they included with it. It fucking broke in the packaging. Like, I took a video of it, and it literally was broken. Like fucking, it was all broken. Like, so This here is all 3D printed, but when I took it out of the box, this is broken. So this is supposed to go like this somehow. Yeah, it's supposed to go like that. And I don't even know where this fucking goes because they don't have no instructions to even use this fucking thing. So that's another problem. They don't have no instructions. They're actually, apparently, I complained about this. So they gave me like $60 back because of this. I just told them like, hey, can you send me a new one, or can you make one out of aluminum? And they want to charge me another $200 for an aluminum one. I'm like, no, I'm all set with that. I just told them they got to do a better job with this because this is too cheap. Come apart like that, it's literally made of nothing. I mean, look at that. It's hollow. It's cheap. It is what it is. It's whatever. But anyway, so I want to go through with this though. This is so it's, I love it. I love the idea of it because you eliminate another failure point on the car. So now you basically remove this shit. You gut it out. You remove it. There's a pin that you basically hammer out right here. Now you can run this flush on there like that. But now I have to, there's a pin right here. See this little pin? You got your 3 bolts that tightens it down. I gotta get this pin reamed into a hole. There's 4 holes on the end of the camshaft. There's a specific one when it's at top dead center. I gotta get the hole reamed for that size. That way there it locks the timing in place for this. Because this is gonna bolt it down to the gear, and it's locking it. It's basically deleting the fucking cam timing for the exhaust side. Now, apparently, by doing that, you hurt your performance in the low range. I'm running a 2.4 stroker, so whatever performance I lost, I'm gaining it back because I'm running a 2.4 stroker. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna have so much fucking torque, anyways. It don't matter. You know what I mean? I don't care if I lose a little bit. It's okay. I can afford it because it's a 2.4. And I'm running a 56.62 next gen turbo, precision turbo. It's gonna spool really good. It's gonna spool better than my G35 900 did on the 2.3. So what this is going to allow me to do is essentially when you delete this, you're going to get that natural choppy cam sound. Because the reason why VVT engines don't have the chop like your normal older 4-cylinders did, like the 4G63, with the fucking timing belt, is because they didn't have VVTs. They had a timing belt, and you didn't have this cam timing bullshit where, you have the choppiness of the cams. Now that's not really the reason why I'm doing it. I just want more of a reliable setup. And if I'm able to make this work, it's going to be just something extra that's pretty awesome. And you don't see a whole lot of it done. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm going to try to, make it work, and it's just one extra thing, So yeah. And you got to degree it. Like when you have the cam on there, you got to have it top dead center. You put the pin in there and you degree it at 0 degrees, and then you tighten it down. There's torque spec. He made a PowerPoint and he sent it to me because there's no instructions. I'm like, if you're gonna sell something like this, you gotta have fucking instructions, because the average person isn't gonna know what the hell they're doing with this. You got to have instructions for this shit. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how to degree a cam. In terms of, I don't know how to degree this shit. So he made a PowerPoint, and I got printed out the PowerPoint. So it's actually, it's over there. I think I have it all printed out. So I'm glad I'm gonna be able to make it work. I think so. It's gonna be interesting because now I won't have to run a friction washer on this side. I won't have to put a friction washer in there because it's gonna have a pin in there, and then hopefully this pin is fucking strong enough. I would hope. I don't know what. I'm gonna ask him what like material that's made of. Hopefully it can hold up. I mean, I'm sure it can because he ran this in his EMS Mustang. So that being said, only a couple people run this. The fastest EcoBoost Mustang runs this setup here. The fastest, Focus RS or ST in the world, quarter mile, runs this as well. And then, but that's, like I said, I'm not doing it because of that. I'm doing it because I want to reap the benefits of eliminating the bullshit of the newer stuff and kind of going back to more traditional 4-cylinder stuff. I'm running a 4-port individual cylinder head, Sidewinder kit that I made custom. If I can add this, that's extra shit. You know what I mean? It's awesome. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So I wanted to show you guys that as well. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm excited for it. So, but as far as this goes, it's junk, honestly. I mean, I don't even need it, but there's that. And then got 4 or 5. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, let's see. Can't find it online. We have one in my city. Okay. No, you're good. Don't worry about it. Let me see. I think we're gonna be good. Probably gonna get off here in a little bit. I don't know why my screen is dark. Okay. Let me see here. Let me check something real quick on my email. Let me see here. Gmail. Okay, let me see. Delete that. I'm just checking my email real quick, see if anybody's emailed me regarding anything. Let's see here. Might have to fucking do that. Boom. Boom. Oh. Okay. Well, there ain't that one then. Alright, boom. There we go. We're back live. There we go. Sorry about that. I just had to verify. I got a brand new laptop there a couple weeks ago, and I didn't sign in yet. So, wait, not now. Okay. Okay. Fucking whatever. Skip, I'm good. Jesus. Unbelievable. Wait, what the fuck? Oh shit! I got a donation on Cash App by Deshaun. Deshaun today for help. Oh Jesus Christ, Deshaun, you didn't have to do that, man. $50 Cash App donation for. So I helped out somebody today. I mean, I obviously I wasn't helping out to do it from. I didn't expect to get anything. He gave me a donation for helping him out today. He asked some questions, and he's like, he fucking gave me a donation. Deshaun, if you're watching the stream, appreciate it, man. I think his actual name's is Sean, but yeah, his profile. Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. He didn't have to do that. You know, I love talking to you guys. You know, I love helping people out. That's what I do. You know, greatly appreciate it. So, yeah. I mean, all your guys' support has really helped me a lot with fucking building this setup, like the ultimate Focus ST setup. I feel like, you know what I mean, with the Sidewinder stuff that he did, the JMF intake manifold fuel setup, the fucking. I mean, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. I mean, it's amazing. I am so excited. It's beyond excited. The day you're going. I mean, I don't know everything about these cars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I don't know everything, right? But I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I'm gonna provide you with the best of my knowledge, best of my ability, and I'll give you 110%, you know, for what it's worth, and you can take it, you know, basically like that. And you know, I feel like not a lot of people. You're not gonna find a lot of people like that out there that are gonna be as genuine as I am, you know, and have as much passion for this platform. You know, how far have you? Oh, I'm done with the Sidewinder. Yeah, no, that's been done. Yeah, I actually. So update for if you guys don't know, the engine is gonna be complete end of next week, hopefully. Like, I'm getting the engine back from the machine shop. Had them do the fucking balancing and bore and honing. I bought a torque plate, so over there the honing process can be done more accurately with perfection. Now that being said, they said I could have had it honed even better, like a better quality hone, because there's a normal honing machine, and then they call it a diamond honing machine. It's a CNC diamond honer. So basically, they press the button and it fucking hones it with diamonds. It's insane. But that's like $2,000 for the diamonds, but they don't wear out. Like, you won't ever have to worry about replacing them. That being said, you know, oh shit, are we good? Oh, pre-orders. Oh, I'm not okay. So the Sidewinder kit that I made, I'm not selling that. That's made for my 4-port individual cylinder head setup. I am going to provide information on how I made that kit, but as far as the Sidewinder kit and selling that like a normal Sidewinder, I'm actually not the one selling that kit. No, you're good, buddy. Don't worry about it. I'm answering the question right now. So I'm not the one selling the kit. It's somebody that I gave the information to that had interest in making one, and then I told him, hey, if you want to fucking make these things, go ahead. I gave him the information based on the Sidewinder kit that I got from that car I picked up in Pennsylvania. And, you know, he's had some hiccups with it. He's still, like, he had a website and he's going to take pre-orders, but he's really, it's taken him a while to really figure out the niches of everything. It's really a pain in the ass doing it. But what I was going to be involved in is making the fuel lines or sourcing the fuel lines. Basically, what I was going to do is get the lines pre-made, the PTFE lines pre-made from AN fittings. That way, if they're pre-made to the spec that I provide, as far as, you know, I spec them out, I would have them make them, because then it's warranty backed for, you know, however long Cam wanted to warranty them. But that being said, they are warranty backed, leak free, tested, and they test them for shit like that. See, I'm unable to do that here. So I felt like, okay, it's better to have AN fittings or Improved Racing make the lines. I just provide the specs. And then, you know, I just, you know, basically do it that way. I just feel like it's a lot easier. Then it's not really taking up a whole bunch of my time to make the lines. I just provided the specs. You know, but as far as that goes, like, it's not my kit specifically. I put a little feeler out there, but I don't know if he's gonna really run with it or not, to be honest with you guys. I don't know. Like, I don't really want to put my name on that if I'm not the one making it. Does that make sense? That being said, I will provide the lines, but, you know, can't guarantee anything. So, but that being said, it's really not that hard. Like, I could provide you guys with a baseline fucking thing right now, blueprint of what you would need, but you have to figure out the angles is what you got to figure out. You know what I mean? So really, it's just getting the angles of everything figured out. But I mean, I can provide you guys a blueprint right now of what I gave him, and I'll tell you, like, what material you need, how long, tubing, then the hot pipe as well. I mean, I have it right here. I wrote it down. But you got to figure out the angles. You know, the angles. That's the only thing. You know, that's the hard part. Is you want to get everything tack welded. And then you see, that's the thing. When I had to make mine, I had to tack weld it piece by piece, you know, adjust. And it was hard for me to make my own kit because there was nothing like that ever made. So it was hard to really, you know, it's crazy. But yeah, my personal Sidewinder kit has been done for probably a month now. So, but yeah, so, but yeah, but anyways, guys, yeah, I'm gonna get off here soon. So do you totally built that? Wait, so you totally built that on yours? No, yeah, I built it. Yeah, this right here, like, I totally designed this whole thing. This is the downpipe extension. So this right here, I ceramic coated it, baked it 3 times, wrapped it. This is a flex bellow. So this extends with a basically a universal V-band. I modified the fucking downpipe CV. It's a CV fab downpipe. It's modified. So this connects to the downpipe where the downpipe would be, and this connects to the turbo right here. Okay. This is the turbo right here. It's got an NGR turbo screen, and it's a drag spec turbo screen. So it's got more flow capability. It's heavier duty. And I got a dust cover on it. Now, I'll show you guys. So this here is the rest of it. This, I 100% did everything myself. The only thing I didn't do is weld it, because I don't know how to weld. I don't have a welder. I brought everything one by one, piece by piece. You know, it took a little bit, you know, but piece by piece, I pieced it together. And yeah, I brought it to my welder and he welded it. So it goes literally like this. Like, it goes like that. Like, it literally goes like that. See that? I ceramic coated this too. So this is a 2-inch oversized inlet for the wastegate. Normally everyone runs 1 3/4 inches. This is a little bit bigger. So it's got better flow capabilities. I'm running a Turbo Smart 45 wastegate. But yeah. Schedule 40 pipe on the elbows. The material, I'll be honest, the material is about $500. The material costs about $500. The best material you're going to get is from Ace Race Parts. You can find all your pie cuts, stainless steel, everything there. So, but yeah. I'm debating if I want to wrap this or not. I don't know if I'm gonna, because of how much heat is going to be, you know, in place. But I think I'll be fine with that. Here's the blow-off valve. Here's the hot pipe right here. So it's going to connect directly from the turbo. Okay. I got this flange welded on there. I got a Turbo Smart Gen 5 blow-off valve on there. Okay. So it's going to run like this. It's going to have a 90-degree on there, right to the intercooler. All right. What else? So yeah, here's that. Here's this silicone coupler that I'm running right there. Everything brand new. I'm rebuilding the engine. Is like the gaskets and shit are over there. My brand new intake manifold is right over there. You guys, who hasn't seen my JMF intake manifold yet? Who hasn't seen it? I have a quick question on your ST. Does it make a clicking sound when you switch gears? No, it doesn't. No. Usually that means, well, if you're like every gear is making a clicking sound, like you is it every fucking gear or what? Have you changed your transmission fluid recently? Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that Sidewinder. I hand built it all by myself. I had no one help me. All I did is brought the parts to my welder, and he welded it. I think 1.3, and yes, the transmission fluid. Okay. Man, I tell you what. I would change to 75, 90 AMSOIL or something. Try that first. Or you could do this first. I do have a video on it. It's under the how-to playlist. Do the shift cable reset. So reset your shifter cable. You could try that. Try doing the shifter cable reset and see if it eliminates that clicking sound. Oh, it is a drive shaft. Oh, you have an RS? Do you have an RS or ST? It's stuck. Oh, you talking about the plastic pieces stuck inside, or so you gotta get WD-40 or something to loosen it up. Get some WD-40, spray on that orange tab. Spray it pretty good. Or you could do this. You could get some brake clean, blast the fuck out of it. WD-40. Get your flathead screwdriver and try to just go slowly on each side and push on the other end while you're doing that. It should break free. And then once you break it free, WD-40 it again, and then brake clean. Clean the area up afterwards. But try doing that. You can get it broken free. You just got to do it the right way. Oh, you broke a tab, shit. Yeah, I mean, you can easily break it if if it doesn't come out. I understand. You gotta really push behind it, and you gotta spray it with like some WD-40 or something, because if you've never done it before, it's gonna be stuck in there. Some sort of lubricant to fucking really make it slide nice is gonna help out a lot. Trust me. I zip tied to. Hey man, that if it works, it works. I mean, yeah. But okay, so if that didn't work for you, I would say here, I'm gonna get off here soon, so I'm gonna just stand up. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, like, fucking. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, anybody that's running a stock engine, big turbo. I ran big turbo for the first time in 2015. I went from 5W30 to 5W50 AMSOIL. I've ran AMSOIL since 2013, and I just recently became an independent dealer to offer, basically a discount service to be signed up under me, basically to help, guide you guys. And, if somebody wanted to try AMSOIL out, it's fucking, it's the top of the line shit. But when you sign up, you save 25%. It's $20 a year to sign up under me. I'm an independent dealer, so it's $20. You create your account, you pay $20, and you save 25% every fucking purchase. And every $100 you purchase, you get $100, or you get a $5 coupon code, and you can actually stack them up. So there's no limit to stacking codes, which is really cool. And they also give you like perks for and rewards and shit like that. So, but anyways, I ran 5W50 from 2015 to 2020. And then when I overboosted, because I messed around with the setup, I had to tear the engine apart because of the compression loss. The bearings looked like fucking brand new. I had 46,000 miles on the engine. The clutch was done for. The bearings look like they're brand new. I should have kept them. I was stupid to throw them away at the time. This is in 2020. So, but I would say I would recommend 5W50 over 5W30 all fucking day long in the stock engine, because it's going to keep the heat down. It's going to give you a better fucking barrier, metal to metal, resistance basically. So, because it has a little bit, it's thicker, you know what I mean? So at higher temperatures, it's going to have better shear resistance. So, and not only that, but turbos don't like 30 weight, 20 weight oils. They don't last long. If you want your turbo to last long, you got to run a minimum of 40 weight oil, but 50 is even better, because the bearings are going to love the 50 weight, 40 weight oils, because it has better protection, it has stronger film strength. You know what I'm saying? It's got the stronger film strength, and it just protects it better. Because you got to understand, when you're running a 30 weight oil, okay, you're running E85 or E30 or 93, whatever, you're getting fuel dilution. Not 30 weight oil in 3,000 miles is going to be a 20 weight oil. Well, when you run 5W50, guess what? It's going to only go down to a 40 weight. It's going to become a 40 weight in 3,000 miles or 5,000 miles. This shit here, it takes a lot of fuel dilution to even get it down to that. But you have that extra buffer zone. You know what I'm saying? And then for the manual transmission fluid, I was going to recommend this to you, Katie, or whatever the hell, 571. I don't know if it's Katie or I don't know if you say it right like that, but I was going to say, try this shit out right here. 2 quarts. Put in the manual AMSOIL, manual transmission and gear lube. It's manual transmission fluid. It's literally just for manuals. Okay, it says right here. Okay, so it says, I don't know if you can read that. Let me see if I can see the screen here. All right. See that right there? So yeah, obviously this isn't Ford spec transmission fluid, okay? Obviously. Ford spec transmission fluid, the DCT fluid, is a 75/80 fluid, okay? It's really light. It's a fucking EPA oil, okay? It's literally EPA, all right? The shit is so fucking water thin. It's ridiculous. This here is the same starting weight, so you don't have to worry about cold starts. It's still 75 weight oil. The difference is, well, the big difference is it's higher quality, 100% synthetic, but it's a fucking 90 weight. So you're going to have that extra protection, film strength protection for your fucking gears. And I'm telling you, I've ran this shit since 2018. I've made 560 at the wheels, 410 at the wheels. I have not had no problems at all since I've ran AMSOIL in my transmission in 2018. Prior to that, I ran Motul and I ran fucking OEM transmission fluid. But that being said, if you don't even want to run this, you could still run the AMSOIL DCTF, because I'm going to tell you right now, the AMSOIL DCTF blows the doors off the Motul stuff. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I've ran it. I have a magnetic drain plug, Mishimoto one, on the transmission, and I can see which fluid, has more metal wear, basically wear metals, because I change my transmission fluid every year. So, it's really consistent. So I've played around with different setups, stuff like that. That helps me with anything. Thanks, bro. Did the Motorcraft synthetic 530 and after 2,000 miles starting to get... Yeah, okay, listen. Motorcraft, don't do Motorcraft. Get rid of Motorcraft oil and don't do the Motorcraft oil filters. The oil filters are horrible, for one. Bad efficiency rating. They literally have an efficiency rating. The fucking efficiency rating on them is 90% at 30 microns, 85% at 20 microns, okay? Not good at all. It's literally like a paper cellulose fiber fucking material. You're better off going with a Mobile One filter at Walmart. Get the M1209A oil filter. It's a little bit taller than FL400S, but I'm telling you, it's a way higher quality filter. It's going to be 99% at 30 microns plus. Very good rating. Trust me, you're going to like that. And the bigger oil filter is going to allow for better filtering capacity as well and better flow. So it's going to alleviate pressure on the oil pump as well. But that being said, you do not want to run Motorcraft oil, especially 5W30, because it's not synthetic. It's a synthetic blend. Okay, it's going to make everything build up carbon. It's going to turn your chain and all that inside is going to be all gold color, amber color. So what I recommend for you right now, go to Walmart, get the Valvoline Restore and Protect 5W30, flush that shit out, 3,000 miles, 5,000 miles, flush that shit out with your Mobil 1 oil filter. Here, I'll put it in here. M1209A oil filter, right at Walmart. Oil filter. And okay. Get that. That's what I run. And then go to fucking AMSOIL 5W50 if you want the ultimate protection for your turbocharger against LSPI. It has 100% protection LSPI. But anyways, if anybody wants to sign up with me through AMSOIL, you can email me. I also have a link, I think, in the description. If you want to do it yourself, you can. That's no big deal. I think I have like 13 members right now that are underneath me for, so it's $20 a year. You save 25%. So this stuff right here is like, I think with the discount, I believe like $20 a quart. Because normally it's like $25, or maybe that's for the DCTF. I think this is actually cheaper. This is like $16 a quart, I believe. And then, the 5W50, this stuff right here is $11 a quart. So generally what I recommend is just get a case of them, and you're going to save. So whatever you paid for your membership, when you get that 25% off, you're literally paying back with the discount, the money that you just saved from that first oil change, you're paying it back. So it just paid for itself. And not only that, you're going to save money in the long run on your engine, because this shit is going to fucking protect your engine better than anything out there. Okay. I'm telling you, from 2015 to 2020 or 2019 on the stock engine with that 7160 EFR, I did more fucking wide open throttle pulls with it than any other setup ever. Okay. And it took the abuse. I was only making like 360, but still, like, it was, I believe a lot had to do with the oil I was using, but also the water methanol as well helped. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. So 5W50 AMSOIL, or I can't recommend. If I were gonna recommend any other oil, I'm gonna be honest with you, if you can't afford AMSOIL for some reason, which is fine, it's whatever. If you don't want to get AMSOIL, then I would recommend go to Walmart, get the oil filter that I recommended, because Fram Endurance is out of business now. So get the Mobil 1 oil filter, the 209A. That's the one you want. It's going to fit. Trust me, I've ran it. Go get that filter, and go get 5W30, because they don't have 50 weight, Pennzoil. Ultra Platinum 5W30. That's going to be your next best option. That's going to be better than Liquid Moly. I would not get Liquid Moly. I wouldn't get it. I think it's just overhyped. Along with that Ceratec nonsense. It's just, that shit's like sludge. It doesn't mix with your oil at all. It literally rests on the bottom of your oil pan. It clogs the oil filter up. It's not good. This is how I look at it. You're better off getting a higher quality, premium product. Now you don't have to add additives to it to make it even better. You might as well get something that's high quality and premium versus getting something that's cheaper, lower quality, and then having to add stuff to it. You know what I'm saying? So really, you're paying more in the long run doing, option B, because you're adding stuff and you're not 100% confident on it. With AMSOIL, I'm telling you, you just build the confidence that you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be good. You're put in good hands because you're running the absolute best top tier fucking shit. Okay, like that's how I felt. Like otherwise, I would not promote this shit. Like I would not promote CV Fab. I wouldn't promote AMSOIL if I've never done it myself. You know what I mean? Like it's real world results that I've dealt with myself. Okay, I would not share this information if I knew it was fucking, a joke. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do that. So I'm just trying to help you guys out. Okay, like from me to you guys, take it for what it's worth. Trust me. I mean, it makes a big difference. What? You returned it? Why would you return Ultra Platinum for Motorcraft? That's crazy. What the hell? Really? Oh my god. That's wild. No, listen. Pennzoil Ultra Platinum, or even the Platinum, is really good fucking shit, okay? For one, it is true. Okay, so I'm going to explain it to you. Pennzoil Ultra Platinum and regular Platinum, they're the same base stock. The only difference is Ultra is a more high performance stuff. So basically, both oils, the base stock has basically they refine it with natural gas. They don't use crude base stock, okay, or a regular synthetic crude base stock. They use natural gas, and by doing that, when they refine it from natural gas, it's a cleaner refining process, which means there's no impurities in the process, okay? There's no impurities in natural gas, so it's such a clean process, okay? That's one thing right there. That's one thing about the Pennzoil. Okay, another thing, Pennzoil Ultra Platinum and Platinum has trinuclear moly in it, or trinuclear, it's trinuclear is how I say it, trinuclear, TRINUCLAR, trinuclear moly. So that's the best form of moly out there, the anti-wear additive. It's the best form, trinuclear. And the Pennzoil Platinum has, I think, 40 parts per million of it, something like that. And okay, so the trinuclear moly is so concentrated, it equals like 3 times the amount of normal moly, basically. Okay, so you would have to basically, like, with other brands that has moly in it, you would have to have equivalent to like 200 parts per million to run, like, to the 40 of the trinuclear stuff. And then the Ultra Platinum, the only difference is the Ultra Platinum has, I think, 70 parts per million of the trinuclear moly. It's really good shit. Trust me, I wouldn't say it if it isn't. But, I still feel like if you're able to get AMSOIL 5W50, that's the way I would go. But if you can't, get the fucking 5W30, because the Ultra Platinum, especially, is going to be able to resist fuel dilution almost just as good as the AMSOIL. And yes, it is a 30 weight, but that trinuclear moly is going to help you protect the bearings better than, you know, fucking Mobil 1 or Motorcraft. That shit's junk. You know, Motorcraft, I wouldn't know, bro. I wouldn't even look at that fucking stuff. That's like buying O'Reilly's oil to me, you know what I mean? Like, Motorcraft is like O'Reilly's brand oil. I just wouldn't run it. I get it. Some people like to buy name brand stuff like that, but I'm just here to tell you, like, I've done a lot of research in oil stuff, and I understand it a lot, and I'm just trying to help you guys save money in the long run, and I'm telling you, it's gonna help you guys a lot. That was in the beginning, listening to my mechanic's advice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of people out there that's going to provide misinformation. You know, any mechanic that tells you that, oh, there's old school mechanics out there that say the Pennzoil is junk and this and that. The thing is, you can't listen to that because that's the old school thinking that they have. You know what I mean? Back in the 90s, Pennzoil, before they came out with this Platinum series, synthetic, it was junk because the conventional oil that they ran in Pennzoil used to glue up and like clog everything in the engine. Okay. And they think, oh, automatically, oh, Pennzoil is bad because of that reason back in the fucking 30 years ago. This technology is so advanced now with, I mean, look at Valvoline Restore and Protect. Look at the Pennzoil Ultra Platinum. I mean, even the Platinum's good, but Ultra Platinum's better. Okay, not much better, but it is better. It's too bad they don't offer more weights. You know, like I think they do 1030. If you're in a hot climate, you know, desert, I would run a 1030 personally. A 1030 is going to have better resistance against E85, especially fuel dilution. It's not going to dilute as easy because you now have more of that, you know, base stock built into it instead of having all the additives for the viscosity adders into it. So basically, when you have a 5W30, you have a wider spread, or even like a 5W50, you have a widespread viscosity range. When you go to a 1040, for example, that 1040 is actually going to hold up better against E85 than 5W50 because you're starting at a 10 and your 40 range obviously is a little bit closer, but the thing is, it's going to have a better resistance of wear because of the, you know, it's going to resist fuel dilution better because it's got a better base stock built into it already automatically. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. So essentially, it doesn't dilute as quickly, but yeah. So I don't know. That's a little explanation of everything, but anyways, just wait, what is this? It's Strive. Hey, how you doing, man? Random question. I recently did the fluff for the purge valve, put it on the car, and it seemed to work great after the first fill up. If started acting up on diesel, just like the OEM valve. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the Clayton kits, I mean, what can I say? You know what I mean? Like they use cheap Amazon, eBay fucking purge valves for one. The purge valve replacement. They use cheap ones. The ones I use are fucking damn near $40 fucking dollars, okay? I don't get discounts on them. You know, they're damn near $40 out the door when you pay taxes and shit like that. These are legit better upgraded versions. Just the purge valve itself. Then obviously everything else I provide, the better fuel filter with a stainless steel fucking filter that's built into it. 10 micron, so it filters even better, and it's oversized compared to the Clayton kits. They have a small filter with a bronze, I think it's like a bronze brass fucking material that can plug up so easy, it's insane. It's just it's a cheap design. I looked up those filters that they get them off Amazon. They're $20, okay? That little fucking rink-a-dink filter that they have on those kits, they're a $20 filter, and they got a little 30 micron brass material, which is not very good because it's gonna plug up so quickly, it's gonna cause issues. Okay, the filter I have is massive. That's the only thing. It's a big filter, but I've made adjustments to the line where it works with like radium kits and shit like that too, with the catch cans. But what's nice about it is it has a fucking nice big stainless steel fuel filter. Okay, so, and it's 10 microns, so it filters not only better, but it's higher flowing because it's a better material, higher quality material. Those fuel filters are literally 1.5 times more expensive than the fuel filter you find on the Clayton kits, for example. They're almost $50 a filter for mine. Okay, my Purge lines are literally $200 in parts. I sell them for $260, and then I gotta pay, $12 to ship the damn thing. So I'm really, what am I making? Probably $40 a kit, maybe, which is fine. I don't care. But I'm just being honest with you. I'm being transparent. I gotta make a little bit, but I'm not out there fucking getting rich to try to do this. I'm not trying to, oh, hey, buy my kit because mine's better. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just telling you the truth. Like, I've seen their kit and I've seen mine. I've seen a lot of people have problems with theirs, and guess what? This many has problems with mine. 0. And I've shipped my kits out to fucking Qatar. I've had one out in Greece. I have 4 of them in Canada. I got one going in the UK. Once I get the parts in, I got 7 of them available. So, one went to Mexico. I don't think they even ship outside the United States. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just here to help you guys out. I'm not here to fucking rip you guys off and, bend you over basically. So, yeah. Anyway, that was the beginning. Yeah, okay. But yeah, hopefully that helped you. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you want to, okay, so I have parts coming next week. I have 7 of them available. I have 7 available. I mean, if you can't afford one right now, it's no big deal. It's fine. But the nice thing about dealing with me is I don't fuck around, for one. I make mine in batches of 8 so far. Okay. And you don't have to wait 6 months to a year for your Purge line to arrive in the mail. Okay. Like, even if let's just say, okay, as long as everything's not back ordered a month out, for example, for my fittings, as long as everything's in stock and it's ready to ship, just say everyone pre-ordered all 8 right now, I can still have these made and sent out by either the end of the next week or Monday the following week. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how quick I would be, because I don't fuck around. You know what I mean? I don't want to take my time and all that shit. Like, I can get these put out, as long as I have the parts, I can get them out. I get them shipped out as quickly as possible, because I really care about all you guys. You know, I look at it like I'm in your shoes. Like I would want my parts as soon as possible as well. Sure, let's see here. Hey, Romans, how you doing, man? But yeah, so oh man. Oh shit. Copy that, man. Definitely plan to grab one when I get paid. No problem, man. Hey, listen. Yeah, fucking. You know, I got you guys. I mean, anyone that wants one, just let me know. Last thing, what do you mean by group buy? Are they? Yeah. So what I mean by that is, so a group buy means, okay, it's a smaller batch, okay? Because say I can't buy 100 of each parts to make 100 of these things, because for one, I couldn't afford that, right? But the thing is a group buy essentially allows me to make a certain amount, and it keeps the cost lower because I can buy like the fittings. I can get a little bit better discount on if I buy more than a certain amount. You know what I'm saying? It just helps me save a little bit, and it keeps the cost for you guys down as well. Because otherwise, like if I didn't do a group buy, for example, my purge lines are worth $300 fucking dollars. Okay, like because I put them together. I don't leave. They're literally a plug and play kit. So you plug in one end, plug in the other, and then you literally on the filter you snug down your AN fitting, and you just snug it down with a adjustable wrench. Plug in your sensor. That's literally it. Like you don't have to remove the intake manifold. You can slide it right in between. I provide a install video as well, and a video on like how to clean the fuel filter properly and where you need to do that. Basically, that's it. Best place to buy a tile wastegate. Well, best place. I mean, you can buy one from pretty much. Well, I guess you. Well, no. Man, don't buy one from eBay or Amazon. Obviously, I mean, you can buy one from fucking JST or Elliott Specialized Performance. You know, any of the Focus ST businesses, basically, if you want. Yeah, 44 millimeter. Yeah. You can get it from JST. There's no big deal with that. I got my clutch from JST. He gave me a really good deal. He gave me a good discount on it. He helped me out there, so that was awesome. I got a ACT. What is it? So it's ACT Extreme Street Disc Clutch, sprung. Also, highly recommend for anyone that doesn't know, the UPR valve cover breather. Definitely the best one out there. I've had the CFM one from the get-go, like way back when it first got the car, and the fucking thing like spewed mist out and everything. The UPR one does not do that. If it does do that, it's because you got a fucking serious issue. If you do, because I had mine on a built engine, and usually with a built engine you have bigger, piston to wall clearances and everything, so you automatically have more blow by. Well, I didn't have that problem even with that, and so there was no mess on the valve cover with that at all. The UPR one has a better design for baffles and in general anyways, so So I highly recommend that. I would say get that through Tune Plus, just because it's way easier to deal with. I think I did make a short video on where to find the part number, but if you go to Tune Plus, you can find the UPR valve cover breather. Highly recommend it. The reason why you want it is just to release any extra crankcase pressure. So say you have a catch can setup, it's a closed setup, and your big turbo, well, you want to get rid of any excess pressure out of the block, you know, the crankcase pressure that's built up. So, hell yeah, man, that's awesome. Yep. Hell, you're definitely doing the good deeds there, man. Fucking tile, yeah, 44 MVR. Yep, MVR. Yep, exactly. Yep. And you're gonna want, you know, I mean, it depends on how much boost you're planning to run. Honestly, I'd probably just put a 17-pound spring in it right off the get-go. I used to recommend a 14.5-pound spring, but now, you know, I would say probably run a 17-pound spring in the motherfucker and just, you know, you'll be all set. You'll be good to go. So if you run a 17-pound spring in it, you got to understand your minimum is always going to be, your minimum is always going to be 17 pounds no matter what, okay? So spring pressure. So 27 pounds, yeah. So, I mean, you'll be fine. I wouldn't worry about it. It's going to give you headroom as well. When you run a 17-pound spring, you're going to have more headroom. So running a 17-pound spring, you're good for 34 pounds of boost, basically. Until you basically run into 100% wastegate duty cycle with your boost solenoid. So, but yeah, so yeah, we're gonna get off. Been at 3 hours and 2 minutes. Oh shit. Well, I guess I'm not gonna get off here. Hold on a second. Here, let me bring this down here a little bit. I'm okay. I don't have to get off. Let's see here. Welcome to the stream. I don't know the name there because I can't read it, but I am using a 25 660. I want to reach 550 horsepower. That turbo will definitely not do it. Without using ethanol, yeah, you definitely can't do that. They told me your only option is methanol. Is it safe for the vehicle? I'm afraid why the turbo may reach. Okay, so the 25 660 definitely cannot make 550 horsepower at the wheels. Okay, the 25 660 can get close to 500 at the wheels. Maybe I would say max 480, but 480 you're looking at. I mean, you got to run the 0.92 AR. The bigger exhaust housing. Hopefully you're good. You can understand. But honestly, I'm gonna recommend you a G30 770 with an 83 AR. Like, hopefully you can understand. So it's a G30 770 with a 0.83 exhaust housing. Okay, it's gonna spool really good still. And it's going to have really good flow capabilities, higher horsepower capability. It's going to be able to make 550 horsepower, no problem. And you won't be pushing a lot of boost, overwhelming the engine, okay? That being said, you're going to need to run, I mean, if you don't have E85, I mean, I would get E85. It's safe. You can run it. But you're going to need to have like a bigger high pressure fuel pump. Okay. Like XDI with some injectors. You know, if you're not able to get a 4-port aux fuel kit with a controller, if you don't want to do that, then you're going to have to get the XDI or Nostrum high pressure fuel pump. You know what I'm saying? Methanol, man, I mean, the thing is, I wouldn't really trust methanol to make that kind of power. Personally, I've always ran methanol, water methanol, as a, something to basically add cooling and cleaning the valves and help keep the engine cooler, keep the knock threshold down, shit like that. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you're able to understand that. So I can type it in, run a G30 770. Can I reply to him? I can't. Shit. Okay. Run a G30 770 0.83 AR and XDI high pressure fuel pump with injectors, or you're better off running port injection, or better yet, I don't know if he's able to understand English or not. Get 4 port aux fuel and run E. You're gonna have to probably buy and run E85 from a 55-gallon drum or race fuel. You know what I mean? That's your options. No 25 series turbo is gonna make fucking past 500 horsepower, like at the wheels. Okay, even though it says 660, that means it's good for 660 horsepower at the crank. But the thing is, you gotta understand, like, you ain't gonna make 660 horsepower on a 25 series G series turbo on our cars, no matter the fucking setup. Okay, it ain't gonna happen. The turbine wheel is way too fucking small. That turbo can make that amount of horsepower on a fucking inline 6-cylinder with the biggest exhaust housing. That's what that means. The 660 horsepower at the crank is with the largest available exhaust housing for that turbo. And it would be on a 6-cylinder engine, not a 4-cylinder. So a lot of people think automatically, oh, hey, I can make 660 horsepower on that turbo. No, you definitely cannot. No. The G30 770, for example, realistically, like the maximum amount of horsepower you can make on that is like maybe 680 at the wheels, 650, 680. And that's like 35 to 38 pounds of boost. Can it even handle that amount of boost? I doubt it. You're better off running a precision turbo at that point because it can run higher boost pressures, Yeah. So hopefully that answered the question for you. Unfortunately, I can't read your name, but yeah. What's the most boost you've run in these cars? Well, I tell you what, when I overboosted, I was hitting 29.2, but I feel like I was definitely over that. But tuned, I think it was the 28 pounds of boost on the G35 900. That was a pretty gnarly setup. 27.5, 28 pounds tuned. That was the highest I've ever ran tuned. I was planning to run 32 pounds of boost, but I was losing traction in fourth gear at 27 pounds of boost on the highway. So that car was never even dialed in on that G35 900 2.3 stroker setup because we never finalized the tune, because I was going to get tires to get better grip to proceed for 32 pounds of boost. Well, I'm here to say it would have never made it because the bolt would have loosened up even quicker if that happened, because I'd have been making more power. But I don't even know if I would have been able to make 32 pounds of boost because I was running 65-pound injectors. And I mean, I wasn't out of fuel yet with the 65-pound injectors, but I'm sure I was getting pretty close to pushing those to the limit. So that's where 90-pound injectors would be way better for E85 anyways, would be those, you know. And this new setup, I'm running 90-pound Deechworks injectors. So I am, and I have a spare set for sale. They're Bosch 90-pound. They're basically almost 1,000 cc injectors. They're like 983 cc's. But what's nice about them is they're actually better for E85. They're better suited to atomize E85 better. So they're really nice. But if anybody's interested in those extra spare set, I'm selling those for $250. So normally it's $380 brand new for those, and they are brand new, but I'm letting them go for $250. So if anybody wants to email me or contact me, it's whiteblurrst@gmail.com. Same thing for the purge valves or fuel lines. And then also, you know, if you have any other questions, whatever. So, but other than that, yeah, I mean, I hate to get off, and because that guy might respond here. I don't know. I'll give him a minute to respond. That looks like Saudi Arabia or something. This guy might be some like Dubai or Saudi Arabia, something like that. I do have some subscribers over there. So I actually sold a purge line to somebody in Saudi Arabia, and this motherfucker had literally, he had a MK4 Supra, he had a R34 GTR, he had his Focus S, no, he had a Focus RS, not an ST. He had an RS as a blue one, the Nitro Blue or whatever it is. And then he had an Evo 9 or 8. I think it was a 9. Okay. I mean, beautiful cars. His R34 was blue, the dark blue. His Supra was white, I think. I think his Supra was white. Yeah. It was crazy. So, yeah. So he bought a purge line from me last year. So, good stuff, boys. Good stuff. Oh, man. Oh, but I think I'm going to call it right there. I'm pretty tired. If anybody else has any final questions, let me know now. Also, if anybody needs a shop at cvfab.com, you can use my code BB5 at checkout, and it does support me a little bit, but it's also saving you guys money. I highly recommend their downpipes for one. They got a really nice heavy duty flex section. I used it for my Sidewinder setup. It's very adjustable and moves really nicely. That comes with a defouler. They're like $200 for the catless one. It's really nice. Highest quality downpipe I've seen for these cars, bar none. The intercoolers. The intercoolers are very efficient for the size. I think they're honestly better than the CPEs in terms of quality, the build quality. They're 100% built in-house, and you know they're half the cost. You can get one in black and silver. Any experience with Racetronics? No, unfortunately, I don't have any experience with Racetronics. I know Dakota really recommends them. That being said, they're definitely going to be better than a fucking Pulsar or any cheap branded wastegate. Like Racetronics is definitely up there with Turbo Smart and Tile, but I just don't have any personal experience with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't. But by what I've seen, they are up there in quality. So you're getting what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? That being said, if anybody is looking for a really good quality, cheap turbo kit, you don't want to spend a lot of money, get the Boost Ninjas turbo kits. They are a cheap turbo, like an eBay style turbo, but the thing is, you're better off going that route than you are with a Pulsar because you're fucking spending half the amount of money. And the Pulsars I've seen fail within 10,000 miles. But these, the turbos that are used in the Boost Ninjas, I've seen people, I personally talked to people that ran 30 to 40,000 miles with them and beat the fuck out of them. So I think a lot of it has to do with what oil you run too. If you run a really good oil, good quality oil, you're not going to have the problem. So if you get a cheap turbo, get the Boost Ninjas turbo, run a high quality like AMSOIL or something equivalent, the turbo's gonna last anyways. You know what I mean? To get the race strong, and then you get the focus. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. This time around, I'm running a Turbo Smart 45 Hypergate. So yeah. Well, I think okay, so the thing is with the Boost Ninjas kits is if you do not want to opt for the cheaper blow-off valves and the cheaper wastegate. You want to I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to want to get a brand name blow-off valve. I highly recommend the Turbo Smart Raceport blow-off valve, or get the Tile one. It's fine. I like the Turbo Smart Gen 5 Raceport blow-off valve the best. They sound really great. Get the Tile flange with it, so you can run both if you want to, switch them out or whatever. Or you get the fucking. Also, you want to get a good quality wastegate. You do not want to get the cheap. You can get the cheap turbo. That's fine. I don't care. You can get the cheap turbo. That's been proven. It's good. But at least spend the money and get a good wastegate and a good blow-off valve. Okay? That way you don't have to worry about these kind of issues in the future. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so good stuff. 15 likes. Wow. We've gone 15 likes tonight. Oh yeah. The blow-off valve sounds like it's raking leaves. Oh shit. That's not good. It's definitely gonna be bad. If you just recently bought the blow-off valve and say it's like a Turbo Smart or a Tile, they have a warranty on these fucking things. As long as you got the receipt, I'd say warranty it out. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to. Swish. Huh. Interesting. I've never had a problem with my Turbo Smart blow-off valve. I've ran a Tile blow-off valve. to me, the tiles are just way too quiet. They're way too quiet. They're not loud enough. I like to have the blow-off valve where I can hear it good. Not too loud, but a perfect sound, you know what I mean? Yeah, so. It's not loud at all. I wonder if you got a tile, Romans, where did you get the tile from? Because if you got a tile, it might be a fucking counterfeit tile. And that could be your problem. You would want, if you got a Turbo Smart, oh, it came with a Boost Ninjas kit. Well, okay. So you got the tile, like, cheap version from the Boost Ninja kit. So the blow-off valves from the Boost Ninja kits are definitely, I would probably opt out of not getting those if you can help it, but it is what it is. Those, I definitely, the reliability isn't going to be there for those specifically. What would you need to do to get the Turbo Smart? So the one you have now is probably a tile equivalent. So you're going to need to get, basically, if you look up Turbo Smart Gen 5, so Gen V blow-off valve, race port blow-off valve, you're going to want to get the one with the tile female flange. So it's a female, they call it a female competitor flange tile. That's what it is. You can get it from Summit. You can get it from literally almost anywhere. Honestly, you're probably you're gonna pay more money if you get it from Turbo Smart directly, but you're gonna need to get the thing is you're gonna have to get the spring kit separately because you can't. It doesn't come with the spring you need. You're gonna have to put a purple spring in the blow-off valve. What's nice about the Turbo Smarts is you can literally, with the spring kit, you're gonna need it anyways because you got to have the spanner wrench. So it comes with a spanner wrench with the purple spring. You got to take out the spring that comes with, put the purple one in there, and then you just twist on, the collar. But other than that, yeah, and you just snug it down, not too tight, and then it's pretty easy. Well, basically, I mean, I can Google it for you. Here, hold on. Let me give you a reference here. Turbo Smart Gen 5 blow-off valve tile flange. Oh, here you go, right here. I mean, Whoosh sells them. Okay, so here you go. Boom. Here you go. Turbo Smart Gen 5 blow-off valve. Let's see here. Boom. There you go. There's your link right there. And then you're going to need to look up the blow-off valve spring kit. I'm telling you right now, guys, this is the best fucking blow-off valve out there, man. It blows everyone out of the water for his fucking spring kit. This is the spring kit that you need. Kit. Can't fucking. Okay, so just look up Turbo Smart blow-off valve spring kit. The spring, it'll come. That's easy to look up. You can look that up. Just look up the spring kit. It comes with a wrench, and then it comes with a purple spring automatically. That's the one you need to install. So the purple spring has got a range of -6 to, I think, -10 or some shit. So it's perfect. That's the one you want. And then when you install it, report back to me and let me know what you think, because I'm telling you, you're going to fucking love it. Okay? So, anyways, guys, I'm going to get off. Appreciate you guys. Love you all. Email me if you want to upgrade a purge line or a fuel line for the high pressure fuel pump. And, oh yeah, it definitely sounds way better. Yeah. No, dude, you're going to fucking love it. Trust me. Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't high quality or it didn't sound good. So, no, yeah, you're going to fucking love it. Let me know how you like it too. Anyways, guys, have a good night. And, hopefully we see you next weekend for, the built engine. So, can't wait. Appreciate you all. And also a huge shout out to all my members. Appreciate you guys. Love you all. Thank you very much. And have a good night, Roman. Have a good night, everyone.